Following Mattia Binotto's resignation from the Formula One team, Ferrari will not decide on a replacement until the beginning of 2023. Who will be able to fill his shoes? And who will even want to take the spot? Because they're not only losing their team boss, but also their technical chief, as Binotto fills both roles since taking on the team boss role back in 2019. So, for now, they're left without guidance. And when they found a replacement, what does this mean for the drivers? Let's dive into Ferrari's announcements and find out if Charles Leclerc and Carlos Sainz are safe, or if they should be worried for next season. Binotto resigned as Ferrari's team principal at the end of the 2022 season, which began promisingly but ended with several disappointments. Speculation before the season finale in Abu Dhabi suggested Ferrari was planning a replacement for Binotto, with Sauber chief Fred Vasseur, who is still linked as Binotto's replacement. Other candidates have been suggested, including McLaren's Andreas Seidel and ex-Ferrari executive Ross Brawn, who's stepping down as Formula One's managing director of motorsport. Who of these candidates will be the best to take over? Let us know in the comments below. Ferrari, on the other hand, appears to have no definite contender, since the team has simply announced that the process to choose a new team principal is underway and expected to be finalised in the new year. Binotto will officially remain in his position until December 31st, so he may theoretically continue to carry out his duties until his replacement comes in early January. However, Ferrari CEO Benedetto Vigna is expected to take over from Binotto on an interim basis. Vigna said, "I'd like to thank Mattia for his many great contributions over 28 years with Ferrari, and particularly for leading the team back to a position of competitiveness during this past year. As a result, we're in a strong position to renew our challenge, above all for our amazing fans around the world, to win the ultimate prize in motorsport." The next Ferrari team principal will be the fifth in the previous decade, and he or she will be faced with overcoming a title drought that's now lasted 14 years. This was Binotto's most successful season as team principal, with 4 victories and 12 pole positions, the most of any team and equal to Ferrari's best qualifying record in a single season. Despite this, and even though Ferrari led both titles early on, the team failed to win either title, extending their drought to a 14th season due to a combination of unreliability, strategic errors and driver errors. Binotto looks to have had a falling out with chairman John Elkann and CEO Vigna, and there have been rumours that star driver Charles Leclerc's team was pushing for a leadership change. There were some tense times between Leclerc and Binotto earlier this year, with Binotto even travelling to Monaco to talk with his driver between races in the first half of the season. Leclerc is under contract with Ferrari through the end of 2025, but has been linked with a possible departure beyond that. And this departure could be to Mercedes. Ferrari doesn't want that. So Vasseur's appointment would mean putting a long-time Leclerc ally in control, since Vasseur's ART team ran Leclerc in karting and Formula 3. And Vasseur was Sauber boss when Leclerc made his F1 debut with the team in 2018. That has not been confirmed, and the inference is that Ferrari does not have an immediate replacement lined up after all, or that it's been rejected by its early choices and will need to look for one for a longer period. But could this be bad news for Sainz? As this would surely mean that Ferrari would switch to a 1-2 driver lineup instead of a fluid one, meaning that Sainz would probably have to settle to being the second driver in the team, helping Leclerc fight for the championship and picking up the pieces. But who else could take over the lead instead of Fred Vasseur? Gerhard Berger, please step forward. The affable but firm Austrian is the ideal candidate to lead Ferrari back to World Championship glory. Of course, he's a former Ferrari driver, a Grand Prix winner, a 14-year Formula One veteran who's worked for, with and learned from the best: Jean Todt, Ron Dennis, Frank Williams and Flavio Briatore. And at 63, he's not too old to take on the job, and you get the impression that his work with the DTM series is about complete. Gerhard offers to a team an infectious and appealing sense of passion, devotion and an unwavering will to achieve. He's also well regarded in the motorsport sector for his accomplishments. He's fully business savvy, having taken over, grown and maintained a very profitable logistics business. And he's fearless. Working for Gerhard teaches that he has a very clear way of analysing a problem, and he had a true knack for identifying the fundamental difficulties and addressing those issues head-on, quickly, simply and without looking back. which is exactly what Ferrari requires right now. He has an impressive network of persons with whom he's previously worked or admired from afar to do this. They were all in Gerhard's Rolodex, from mechanics to engineers to production people. And between Gerhard and his super efficient and faithful PA, they could reach anybody who mattered in the motorsport world. He was also ruthless. When he took over at Toro Rosso in Faenza, he asked who was happy just to be in F1 and who didn't care about the results. A few people stood up and left. The new Toro Rosso under Gerhard's direction was not for them. Great leaders expect a lot from their troops, and Gerhard is no exception. If you're not willing to put in the same effort as him, or if you do not share Gerhard's vision and belief that the job can be completed as he envisions, then you're not the ideal person. That's how basic and effective it is. And there are many people who completely thrive under Gerhard's leadership style. People who went on to do things they probably didn't realize were possible, but discovered new heights thanks to Gerhard's drive, energy, and desire. Many people in Faenza grew up under Gerhard, and that's exactly what Ferrari needs right now. Someone to take the company by the scruff of the neck and press it to attain new levels of performance. For all the technology involved in Formula 1, winning is about galvanizing a vast workforce to achieve their individual and collective goals. Gerhard Berger is an expert at this type of leadership, and his old squad desperately needs him right now. The poster Ferrari F1 team principal, which some regard as a poisoned chalice, involves far more than excellent leadership and recruitment. Ferrari's leader must have a solid relationship with the media and demonstrate honesty and commitment while making advances on the track. Gerhard can manage himself in front of the media with comedy and quick thinking. Then there's the politics of the job, including forging relationships with the FIA and FOM. Could Gerhard manage this situation? Sure thing. He's worked for the FIA, heading up the single-seater commission under Todd, and he certainly knows how to deal with Domenicali and co, having worked for Ferrari in various capacities while a driver. There will undoubtedly be more comfortable team principal options, but let's hope that the Scuderia will not let one of its drivers influence the team principal selection. Ferrari should not settle for second best. If it does, it will not win. What it requires is a tough, streetwise operator with all the necessary experience, expertise, and savvy to win, as well as a proven track record of success as a driver, team owner, and businessman. But who knows, maybe there are even better people available for Ferrari. But one thing is certain, they need someone at the top right now that's not afraid to act and make decisions. As Ferrari have a good car right now they just need some good decision makers that will allow the drivers to excel. Bringing in former driver Gerhard Berger would also mean that both the drivers start back on zero, making it a fair playing field for both and avoiding any psychological battle between the drivers. The drivers would be able to show the new team boss who is the best, and most important, what is best for Ferrari if they want to win the championship again. It will be fascinating to see which of the possible targets will end up at Ferrari, and if both drivers will be happy with the choice Ferrari makes. Who do you think will end up at Ferrari to lead the team from 2023 onwards? Let us know in the comments below. Thanks for watching the video, and don't forget to like and subscribe if you've enjoyed it. We'll see you in the next video.